but I tend to confront every thought. I don't know if you noticed that about me. I struggle to let a thought pass by without confronting it. I do that to myself. I confront all my own thoughts.
That's pretty good.
And so my natural instinct is to respond by confronting a thought. I'm always in love when I'm doing it, but I'll just tell you there are times that it's not the right way around it for the person to receive it. Sometimes it is. Now, I don't judge myself because I know my heart is in love, and anytime you tell somebody the truth, right, it's a good thing. But what I would say about what Maurice just said is really profound, because if you think the position the person in is very fragile, and you're worried that if you confront the thought in well, that's not the truth, if you feel that could potentially be more upsetting than comforting, you notice what Maurice just said. He didn't confront the thought. He just said, well, I would say that the world gives us lots of stuff we can't handle. Yeah. You notice how he subtly said the world gives us lots of stuff we can't handle. And then did you know how he went into how good God is and how God's love? You see, so he kind of confronted the thought without abrasively confronting the thought. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so a lot of times in situations, doing just like what Maurice did, where he didn't outright confront the thought, but he just kind of talked about the truth, right? And he talked about it in terms of himself, really, instead of that thought. And so a lot of times when you're in a situation and you think the person's too fragile and you don't want to just confront the thought, sometimes I don't say anything. Like if they're grieving over a loss or something, I just don't say anything. Mm-hmm. I let them say whatever they want. I just hug them. Right, in that moment. Maybe down the road I'll say something. Right. But now a lot of times what I'll do is I'll pose a thought to him, either like Maurice did, or I'll pose a thought to him based on something that's happened in my own life. Right? To where they're not examining themselves with what I say. They're hearing me talk about myself. Yes. And they're able to look on it from the outside looking in and look at me and go away considering what I said about me instead of going away considering he told me I was wrong. Do you see what I'm saying? It gives them more of a chance to kind of naturally go through the process with God, where the thought can be confronted, but it's not always abrasive. Right? It's not always like in their face. Sure. Where they can go off later and be like, he said the world gives us lots of stuff we can't handle.
That's the one thing I did say that